Next step is to zigzag the edges. This is just gonna prevent your fabric from unraveling, and it's a little finish technique. So you're gonna take your stitch selector dial and turn it to stitch 5. That's a zigzag option. And then you're gonna increase your stitch length to a 2.5. So I have a 2.5 stitch length, and then it's got a 3.5 stitch width. That was an automatic. My stitch is on a stitch 5 is the zigzag, and then it still needs a J presser foot, so I don't have to change my foot. And then we'll get ready to sew all of the raw edges, which if I were making this same project at home just for my own personal use, I would actually not do it this way. I would probably sew the bag all together, and then I would finish off the raw edges with a completed bag. But this is for practice, so you will be, let me zoom out a little bit. You are going to zigzag down that side, that's a raw edge. You'll zigzag down the bottom. You'll zigzag down this other side, and you'll repeat that on the other piece. So you'll end up zigzagging down 3 sides per piece, so 6 total. Okay, so let's get started. This may be something that's really hard to see in the video, but what I like to do when I'm zigzagging is I like to start out without my fabric, just kind of set it off. I'm going to hold my threads. I've got the both the bobbin and the needle thread coming out underneath the presser foot. Just going to hold on to those. I'm going to turn the hand wheel toward me, and I'm just watching my needle to see what it does. And right now when I bring it up, it popped back over to the left. So what I know is that the next time it shifts, it's going to pop back to the right. So I'm going to start with my fabric pretty close to the edge, but not at the very, very top, because what happens sometimes is it gets caught underneath the feed dogs and kind of knots up on you. So I'm going to lower my needle, lower my presser foot. I do not need to backstitch, so I'm just going to stitch down, and I am keeping, this is what I want you to pay attention to. Hopefully you can see this. It is right along the raw edge, right along the cut edge. It's not in at all off the end of the fabric. The purpose of this stitch is to hold it in place so that this does not unravel or come undone. It's right against the edge. It almost goes off of the edge. Okay, so I'm going to do that all the way down the side. Okay, I'm going to do it again on the bottom. That time I noticed it just popped over to the right, so I know the next time it goes, it's going to go back to the left. So I started this one on the very edge. Okay, there we go. Keeping it even with when it pops back over to the right, it should be lined up right with the edge of the fabric. I'll go really slow so you can watch it that way. In fact, while you're sewing, I'd like you to stay within the 1 to 2 speed range, just so you have a little bit more control. Okay, so you can control with your foot by raising your foot up. It kind of slows it down, or slowing it down with the hand speed control. All right, there we go. Okay, so then I get to the end of the bottom. I'm gonna lift my needle, cut that out, and now I'm ready to do the other side. Okay. And that time I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see where the needle was, so okay, it popped back over left. Okay. Now I know it's gonna go back to the right. There we go. Turn it up just for speed. Okay, so we're gonna finish this side up. Then I'm done with this piece with the zigzag. So then all you have to do is the same exact thing on your other piece. Zigzag around all 3 of the raw edges on the other piece. If you didn't do so great on this one, you have a chance to redeem yourself. When I'm grading these, I grade them separately as 2 different sides. So you could have some failures on one side and improve a little bit on the other one and increase your score, okay? All right, that's it.